here as we get close to the start of the second period. Marlow won the opening toss and deferred to the second half, so you would assume that they would take the ball to start the second half. And a beautiful night for football. Wind non-existent after such a... Last night at the junior high games, the wind was so hard out in the north and it was very dusty as it's western Oklahoma in this drought. You know that. But tonight is such a pleasant night for football. The Warriors have sure made it even more pleasant, but the scoreboard tilted their way so much. The Warriors come over to the sideline. The lawn chair brigade seems to have held firm throughout the halftime. There may be a few cracks in it, but most of the faithful are staying around. Don't forget, tomorrow morning programming starts bright and early on KACO with some great programming. Just keep it right here. There will be no Cowboy Network game tomorrow afternoon as the Cowboys are off, have a bye week. We'll be back on the network next weekend, the 8th, against Kansas at the 2:30 kickoff. There is no TV, so if you can't be there at Boone Pickens, you're definitely going to keep it right here on KACO to listen to the Cowboys as they continue their march after a huge win last week at College Station. Warriors are 4-0, the Cowboys are 4-0. Warriors are just a little higher ranked than the Cowboys are. Cowboys are 5th in the nation. The Warriors are 3rd in the state. And coaches say that leaving the Oklahoman, they're 2nd. Kind of makes that Oklahoman rankings look a little better. Now, Galen Satos gets his tee and comes out to get the ball from the referee. Of course, having it right on the 40-yard line. Now the referees have went to their individual areas of responsibility. Galen gets a signal to start, and we're ready to go with this second half of football. Puts a foot into it, high kick, goes down to about the 9-yard line. Marlow brings it back up to 15, 20, 25, splits a couple of Warriors and comes down with Chris Whitfield wrapped around his legs and Wesley Sato, no, Galen Sato, correction, and let's see where we're going to mark the ball at the 26-yard line. The Outlaws on 26-yard line. Let's see who comes in, starts at quarterback. Looks like it's going to be Bergner up under center for the Outlaws. Go back to their double wing. Quick throw in the flat. And a catch and tackle quickly by Dearman. And that's John Anderson with the catch for a gain of, call it 2. Picked up and threw it in the flat real quick, out to the 28-yard line. Marlow will have it 2nd and 8. Bergman will be back up under center. The Marlow system, the quarterback looks over to the coaches for a long time, even after everybody else is set. Now motion right, and fullback straight up the middle, and he'll get out about a 5-yard gain. Taken down by Tremaine Wadua. And that's Kaufman. Give him a 4-yard gain. So it'll be 3rd and about a long 3, short 4 for the Outlaws at their own 33-yard line. Bergner comes up under center, and again, as everybody else is down, he looks at coach. Now he gets ready to call the signals. And hands off on the right side, and no going. In fact, probably a loss of a yard. And that'll be Galen Sato and Andy Smith. Russell Miflo there just in case he got past them. A loss of 1. by Dugan. So it'll be 4th and 5 for the Outlaws. We'll see if at the last second Coach Gage will send out the punt team. 9:50 to go here in the 3rd period. Warriors leading 42-0. Kyle Burt drops back. Snaps back to Adams. Puts a foot into it, a high punt. And Kyle will fair catch at his own 35. So that's where the Warriors will take over to start this 3rd period. Their first possession in the 3rd period. The Warriors' first half compiled about 350 yards of offense. Melton and Wilson in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left. Melton gives to Wilson up the middle, cuts off the right side, around the corner, 40, 45, 50, 55, the 45, down to the 40, and no, we're not in Canada. The 38-yard line. 27-yard gain, just like that for Sheldon. Hey, he's going so fast when he turned the corner at the sideline, he was clicking it off quick. So it's another 1st and 10 Warriors. Put it right at the 38-yard line, 1st and 10. 3 receivers to the right. Wilson up the middle, bounces to the left. Good block on the outside, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. And yes, he is. Jumped at the goal line to get him to really stay in the end line. 38-yard touchdown run, 2 plays. The Anadarko Warriors come out and put more points on the board. Now 48-0. Cold Nation on to attempt the extra point. 9:01 mark here in the 3rd period. Ball's down, kick is up, and it's good. With 9:01 to go in the 3rd period, it's 49-0 Warriors lead. You're listening to Warrior Football, 98.5 KACO. Yeah.
Next Friday, the Warriors host this week here at Warriors Field. Game 6 of the 2011 season at 7:30. Please report to the concession stand.
And Galen Sato waits for referee signal to kick off again. Galen's definitely got enough practice so far this season, and he's made the best of it. And that ball hits, that's actually the shortest kick, but bounds around and loose now down at the 5-yard line, picked up to 3, back to the 10, and not much more than that for the Outlaws. And who's getting up off the bottom? That'll be Cole Nation and Chris Whitfield. And they'll spot the ball just inside the Outlaw 10-yard line. You're already down 49-0 and you start at your own 10. Not a good omen. Outlaws will stay with that double wing formation. And the Kaufman up the middle. Wesley Sato met him right in the gap, head to head. Not the intent is that you hear about this stuff, just that Kaufman lowered his head into Galen, to Wesley's, but no gain. Wesley plays a tremendous linebacker as far as stepping in there. So it's 2nd and 10 for the Outlaws. 8:20 to go here in the 3rd. Bergner drops back this time, looks over to the left flat, and it's tipped and intercepted. Oh, they're going to say it wasn't an interception. Russell Myflow made a diving catch, apparently, but great defense there. I couldn't see who did the tipping, but somebody tipped it. Russell made a dive. The way they're clapping, it may have been Dakota Botone that got a piece of that. Incomplete pass. So it's 3rd and 10 for the Outlaws. Outlaws have only attempted 5 passes. They haven't given the Warriors a lot of opportunities for interceptions tonight. And that secondary, you better catch it quick. Motion right, roll out to the right. Bergner in his end zone, throws it a flat that time, a near interception right over Galen Sato's hands, but then it almost fell into Duncan's hands at the 18. That would not have been a first, but Duncan couldn't hold on to it. Galen deflected it just enough. Bergner threw it into double coverage. So the Outlaws will have to punt again. The Outlaws still with only 1 first down. 8:06 mark here in the 3rd period. 49-0, the Warriors lead. Kyle Burt back to receive this punt. And another high punt. Kyle's going to let that one hit. It was still kind of a knuckleball, and it'll roll out only to the Outlaw 48-yard line, and the flag flew while they were watching the ball roll around. And Kyle Burt's clapping his hands, so the referee's going back to talk to the umpire. We'll see what that one is. Now we get a signal, dead ball foul, personal foul against the Outlaws. Must have been something verbal. There was no contact around the ball. That frustration point, when you're down that much, is pretty short for some of these young men. So the Warriors are going to get great field position. It should be a 15-yard penalty. Now they're still talking it over. We'll wait for an official. And he looks at his card. Dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Marlow Outlaws. And now they're saying it's declined. I'm not sure. It won't be a 15-yard penalty, I guess. But the penalty with no mark off. So the Warriors will get the ball at the Outlaw 48-yard line. First time they've actually had the ball to start a series in Outlaw play, in Outlaw field position. 7:53 to go here in the 3rd. 49-0. Melton drops back, throws a little flare to Burt in the backfield to 50, 45, 40, down the sideline, cuts back, tries to cut back. Now he goes all the way across the field. He's looking for blocking. He's got it to 35, to 30, to 20, 25, 20, and now the bounds. Another across the field run by the Warriors. Kyle Burt almost stepped out of bounds on the left side of the field. Took it all the way across the field and was run out of bounds at the 19-yard line of the Outlaws. Call it from the 48, a 29-yard reception. First and 10 Warriors. Wilson cuts inside at the 15 down to about the 12. We'll see where they mark it. Maybe closer to the 11. 7-yard gain for Sheldon. Seven minutes to go here in the third period now. Warriors looking to get in the end zone one more time. Now Melton's going to go up under center for the first time tonight. Hey, switch to R.J. Sink, who's going to get outside, and he'll be taken down after a short gain, if any. Yeah, they'll call it no gain, as R.J. Did not see him come into the game, but he was at tailback. So it's 3rd and 3 for the Warriors. Melton and Sink in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right. Melton gives the Sink come back left side, puts inside the 10, and depends on the mark. He's going to be near the 9, but he's going to be about a yard short of a 1st and 10. Give RJ a 2-yard gain. It'll be 4th and about 1. And the Warriors are going to attempt a field goal with Cole Nation. Certainly hadn't had much of an opportunity yet. I think Cole's tried one other field goal of any length, and it was unsuccessful. Another valuable tool to have in your bag of scoring tricks by the time you get to playoffs. Tyler Melton, as usual, will hold. Ball's down, kick is up, and that one looks good, and it is. A 24-yard field goal by Cole Nation. And so the Warriors now extend their lead to 52-0. You're listening to Warrior Football on 98.5 KACO. I don't know, he just, yeah, that's what he did, he declined it. I guess he waved off that way the ref flagged it. I tell you, it's so dry around here, the people are starting to drive out and walk around the concession stand. The dust is just, it's just a haze, almost like a fog over this place. Especially in that east end, or south end. These kids, there's no air to blow it. These kids with asthma got to be in jeopardy. And welcome back. Anadarko Warriors now leading 52-0. That was a 26-yard field goal in the Cole Nation. Jalen Sato ready to kick off again. That's the first time the Warriors haven't gotten the end zone on a possession by touchdown. Jalen kicks one down to about the 3-yard line. Marlow brings it back up to 15-20. And it's about Adrian Artone and Chris Whitfield will stop the progress right there of the Outlaws at the 22-yard line. The Outlaws, this is their 3rd possession this second half. They've had it to 26, their own 10, and their own 22. 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd period. Okay, the air is so still that around the concession stand area down there at halftime, it's just so dry that the dust is, you can almost look like a fog on the south end of the field. There's just no air to blow it away. Sweep by the Outlaws to the left side. Nothing going there. I think all but 2 Warriors, you can almost give credit to that tackle. Zach Quitone, one of them leading the charge there, along with Timmy Keachai. They're going to give him a 1-yard gain for Briscoe. Second and 9 for the Outlaws. Hand off, kind of a power run there. Briscoe got a little bit of yardage that time. Tremaine Wadua in on the tackle, along with Timothy Ware. Briscoe will get it out to the 30-yard line for the Outlaws. So a 7-yard gain for Briscoe. A 3rd and 2 for the Outlaws, attempting to get their second 1st and 10 of the night. Warrior defense digs in. And a handoff off, then Briscoe, it's going to be close. As again, Timothy Ware and Chris Whitfield in on that tackle. And I think he got a good mark for a 3-yard gain and a 1st and 10. That's the second 1st and 10 of the night for Marlow at the 3:15 mark in the 3rd period. Briscoe brings a little life to the Outlaw offense. Now they're lined up in the I formation. Gardner under center. Briscoe again, a hard hit at the line, and he'll dive forward for a couple of yards. Zach Quitone had a handle on him, as does, let's see, Thomas Kasika, 31, a new number out there. Jared Wheeler. Yep. 2-yard gain for Briscoe. Actually make it 3. Second and 7 for the Outlaws. Their own 37-yard line. Get up to the 44 for the 1st and 10. Stand with that I formation. And fullback Kaufman will get it, and he'll kind of just rumble through Timothy Ware with him, and Morgan Smith out about a 5-yard gain. Kaufman being the up back. So it's 3rd and 4 for the Outlaws. Ball's right on the 40-yard line. Got to go to the 44. Minute and a half to go here in the 3rd period. Gardner looks over the defense. Gets behind, Briscoe gets behind the wall of runners, and he may have fell forward for it. Again, let's see. That's Chris Whitfield and Timothy Ware. And they're going to move the chains. It is a 1st and 10. 4-yard gain for Briscoe. Just barely got it halfway between the 44 and 45-yard line. We're in the final minute of the 3rd period. And the Outlaws seem to like this I formation they've settled on, double tight. Now, sweep to Briscoe outside, and he's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage. Great contact there by Kelton Gray. And on to help finish it off is Michael Shaw. A lot of new faces out there on the field for the Warriors, but they're going to give him a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8. Seconds to go here in the 3rd period. Looks like the Outlaws might get one more play off. Gardner looks over the defense. He looks back at the coach. And they may let the clock run out. I'm not sure. You keep looking at the coach, and we're down to 3 seconds. They're going to let it run out. And there's the buzzer in the 3rd period. Warriors lead 52-0 over the Marlow Outlaws. You're listening to Warrior Football on 98.5 KACO. Start the fourth period. The Marlow Outlaws will have it 2nd and 8 on their own 46-yard line, almost to 47. The Marlows put together 2 first and 10s for the first time in the game. Dominic Briscoe is on some tough sledding, but he's got 6 carries in this half for 18 yards, 3 yards a pop, but it's just enough for them to continue their drive. Now he's going to make maybe 1 or 2 and fall forward here. T.T. Ware. Jared Wheeler and Joseph Beaver in on that tackle. Give him a 1-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 7. And the Anadarko Warriors will be home again next week, taking on the Bridge Creek Bobcats. See if they want to put it in the air. Nope, they got it up the middle, the fullback, and he's going to be out there. That's Kaufman. It's a quick handoff, and he's going to get the 7 yards plus about 5 more. So give him a 12-yard gain down to the 42-yard line. Marlow has their 4th first and 10 of the night. Down to Warrior territory. 11 minutes to go in the ball game. 52-0. I don't see any of the starters out there at this point. Kaufman again, and he'll get another healthy gain before being taken down there by T.T. Ware and new number again, 46. That's Ruben Lopez. Give him a 6-yard gain on that one. 2nd and 4 for the Outlaws down to the 36-yard line. Drive forward maybe for a yard or 2. See some of those numbers as they come up. Zach Quitone and Morgan Smith, initial tackle. Make a 2-yard gain, make a 3-yard gain, be 3rd and 1. Down to 9:30 to go here in the ball game. Back up the middle, he'll get a first plus maybe a couple more. Morgan Smith has him around the waist the whole time. Michael Shaw helping to finish him off. Going to give him down to the 31-yard line. Got a 4-yard gain for Kaufman. 1st and 10 out long there for the 5th. The Warriors reserves are giving ground grudgingly. 30-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Outlaws. Bergner's come most of the way to the second half at quarterback. He'll hand off to Briscoe, who will not get back to the line of scrimmage on that one. As his legs were taken out from under him, Zach Quitone. And sure, maybe T.T. Ware got a piece of him also. Zach Quitone, the predominant contact. He had lost half a yard. We'll call it 3rd or 2nd and 10. These running plays, they haven't played anybody who runs as much as this. They really make the clock tick on down. Down to 8:10 to go here in the ball game. Hand off to Briscoe again, and he's going to be legs taken out from under him by Tremaine Wadua. He'll just fall forward to the back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and 10. Making his linebacker spot. Now to taking a little longer in the huddle this time. Standing with that double wing formation. He drops back, throws one in the flat, and thrown too wide. Intended receiver there was John Anderson. Coverage by Kellum Gray. Kellum had the receiver covered. The pass was way behind, so it's going to be 4th and 10 for the Outlaws. You would assume they'd go for it at this point. Down 52-0 with 7:10 to go in the ball game. The Warrior 30-yard line. Drops back. A great defense there by the Warriors. And not sure who the first one to jump. I think it was Zach Queton. As he tried to throw it, Zach jumped up high in the air and he couldn't throw it. And after that, the Warriors feasted on him between T.T. Ware, Morgan Smith, Zach Queton himself, Thomas Kasica, all over him. A loss of 5 yards. And the Warriors will take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. The Warriors had it 6 times in the first half. This is only the 3rd possession in the second half as the Outlaws have controlled some of the clock with their run, but haven't on the scoreboard. Now there's a run up the middle by the Warriors as they take over. R.J. Sink is going to get a sizable gain there. Get a 6-yard gain out to the 41-yard line. R.J.'s 3rd carry of the night. We're down to the 5:45 mark here in the ball game. Warriors posting in now, 52-0. Starters have taken place on the bench. Michael Shaw gets a handoff, come around the end to Sink. He'll get out to the 45, the fit to near midfield, and they'll call it the 49-yard line. The Warriors give him RJ a 8-yard gain, and a 1st and 10 Warriors. RJ has got a lot of playing time in this year, and a lot of experience that'll pay off dividends down the way. He's a 5'9", 145-pound sophomore. Michael Shaw, running quarterback right now. He's a 5'9", 140-pound sophomore. Two receivers wide to each side. Shaw's going to take it and run around the right side. He's going to may lose a yard, or a few yards, actually. He just couldn't get around the corner, and he's going to be dropped for about a 8-yard loss. So it'll be 2nd and 18 for the Warriors back at their own 42-yard line now. Shaw brings the team up to the line. Hand off the Sink. He cuts up to mid. No, correction, it's not Sink. We've got a new running back in there. And that is going to be Woodley. Jonah Woodley running the ball that time. He's going to pick up about 3 of those yards back. Jonah scored a touchdown or 2 in the last couple of games. So it's at the Warrior 44-yard line, 3rd and call it 15. Keep it, and he'll be caught from behind for about a 2-yard loss from the backside. It's Hunter McCool, 6'1", 205 senior for the Outlaws. They've still got their starting bunch in there. So 4th down and long, and it looks like Sheldon Wilson will come in to punt. This will be Sheldon's first punt of the night. Stop kick that gets to the 15. It's going to roll inside and picked up there by Outlaws 10. And tries to reverse field to get mobbed by most of the return team at around the 15-yard line. Toe to Botone, Andy Smith. Chris Whitfield. So Warrior defense, made up predominantly of the reserves, will try to hold the Outlaws out of the end zone. Outlaws will have it at their own 15-yard line with 2:25 to go in the ball game. Bergner stays at quarterback. Hands off to Kaufman up the middle, and Tremaine Wadua just takes his legs out from under him. Get about a 3 or 4 yard gain depending on where they mark it. Give him a 4-yard gain. As the Outlaws keeping those starters in there, trying to get some kind of continuity going. They've still got a number of 5 more games to go at least. Motion to the left, hand off that way with the motion man. He gets outside at the 25 to 30, 35, 40, and loses the ball. And let's see if the Warriors recover and went out of bounds. It was close. I believe Tiki Ware might have come up with that. Let's see, it's Warrior ball at their own 42-yard line. So a nice run by Slade Dungan as he tried to get more yards down the sideline. He had about an 18-yard gain. He lost control of it. Tiki Ware, I believe it is, jumped on it. He's right in front of the Warrior bench. Hard to see with the stands. So it's Shaw and Sink in the backfield for the Warriors. They take it back over 1st and 10. Shaw gives off to Sink. He goes up the middle. Just drives for maybe 2 yards. Down, closing in on 1 minute to go. You think maybe 2 more running plays will just about close out this ball game. Maybe 1. There's 50 seconds left. The referee just set the play clock. Michael Shaw brings him to the line. RJ Sink behind him in pistol formation. Shaw gets it and he'll just down it. And that may well be the last play of the ball game. As we're down 25 seconds now, there will not be another play as the referee didn't have to even worry about setting the clock. Down to 15 seconds, both teams are heading out on the field to shake each other's hands, a show of sportsmanship. So the Anadarko Warriors, 5-0 in their season, 1-0 in their district. And there goes the buzzer, and the Anadarko are victorious, 52-0. We'll be back with the totals. Just a minute, you're listening to Warrior Football on 98.5 KACO. 3. Warriors continue on their winning ways as they trounce the Marlow Outlaws 52-0. Kick, 21-0. 49 seconds in the first. A 45-yard Milton Burke pass. Nation kick, 28-0. 4:35 to go in the third period. A 39-yard Sheldon Wilson run. Nation kick, 5-0. 1:25 to go in the third. Or the second, excuse me, it's the second period. And Tyler Milton to Sheldon Wilson, 37-yard pass. Nation kick, 42-0. 9:01 to go in the third period, a 38-yard Sheldon Wilson run. Culmination of 49. Culmination with the extra point, made it 49-0. And then with 5:11 to go in the third period, culmination with his first field goal of the year, a beautiful 26-yarder. 52-0. Final score. After that, the reserves took over and held the Outlaws out of the end zone. In fact, we let one drive for 3 first downs at a time, but they held on. The Warriors now have gone with 7 periods. Actually, the defense has gone farther than that. The Warriors as a team have gone 7 periods without allowing a score. The defense did not allow the score in the long growth game. That was the specialty team. Looking at the personal stats, the highly unofficial personal stats, Sheldon Wilson, 16 carries for 249 yards, 4 touchdowns by run. Tyler Milton, 4 carries for 16 yards. R.J. Sink, 5 carries for 18. Michael Shaw, 2 for -10. And Jungle Woodley, 1 for 3. In the passing department, the Warriors were Tyler Milton was 9 for 11. He had 2 to Anadarko for 49. Touchdown. 3 to Kyle Burke for 88 yards and a touchdown. 2 to Tanner Dearman for 32 yards. And 2 to Sheldon Wilson for 45 yards and a touchdown. 9 to 11 for 214 yards for Tyler Milton and 3 touchdowns. Not a bad night's work. Maybe one of the best things that happened tonight for the Warriors, by my account, only 3 penalties. Again, one of those was on special teams, so Coach Jackson has to be pleased with that. And the third battle on the stand comes up next week as the Rich Creek Rockets come down. They will had a game with them last year up there. Special thanks to Law's Home Improvement at 9:15 was featured in Darko for bringing you the Anadarko Warrior Coaches Show prior to each Friday night game. Call the Law 5-247-6112. And for all the rest of our sponsors, we sure do appreciate them also. We've got Anadarko Public Schools, Soda Fountain Eatery and Clinic Pharmacy, Woodwards of Apache, Cross Timbers, Ridge Runner Roofing, Cars Etc., McKee's, and Aaron's. And then after the game, you'll want to stay tuned as soon as I sign off here in just a few minutes for the Sports Blitz. And these sponsors include a special thanks go out to Stephen Fetchel for sponsoring Friday Night Sports Blitz on Prairie Broadcasting, KACO 98.5 in Anadarko. Stephen Fetchel has made it possible for our listeners to hear the statewide results in high school football. Sports Blitz airs every Friday night immediately following this local broadcast. After the ball game, head down for refreshments at Stephen Fetchel on 1st Street and Washington, Highway 281 in Anadarko. And also, the Pass Perfect Boutique. It's in Lawton for your home decor consignment shop. We appreciate all of our sponsors so much. Let them know how much you appreciate them helping to bring this broadcast to you each and every week. So until tomorrow, until next Friday night at 7 o'clock, when we'll start off with that Warrior Coaches Show again. This has been Don Coble. On behalf of Perry Broadcasting and Publishing, thanking you for being with us. Good night, Anadarko. Till later.